Hello again, guys. Here is Andrew Henry talking to you. Happy New Year 2020. Today we'll be drawing Zetman Zetman from the manga by the master Masakazu Katsuru. It's actually so hard to read. Masakusa Katsuru, yeah. Today we'll be drawing and understanding a couple of things about the math and the principles of how you can make a complete art piece. You have to understand carefully that a mass of the body. The mass of the body is consists of three major parts. If you are able to balance those three parts, you are going to make any movement right. You are going to understand it quite well. The head, the chest, and the hip. Well, George Bridgman mentioned a lot about this harmony, this rhythm between those three parts of the body, but you will have to master controlling those three shapes through dynamics and through movement, through perspective, and many other things. As usual, I always tell you start with the head. Starting with the head gives the character drawing its own soul, its own character that it can be influencing you through finishing the whole image. Also encouraging you to know how are you going to make a gesture movement, how you're going to make a movement of this character and going to complete it. If you are not satisfied with the pose after you have made the head, you can alter the pose to a better pose, a better dynamic, a better one. You can edit the proportions, anatomy, and other things. Um, many A very important thing you must study, understand carefully through penciling study. And I always get this tip from other artists and editors is how to make slick lines. Slick lines always help the inker that's going to follow your work or tracing, making it far more professional look with the inking, cross-hatching, thin or thick lines, perspective lines, and other things like that. If you master your job carefully, the penciling, of course, it's going to make it easier for the inker, and if the inker made his piece carefully and good, it's gonna make the colorist job far more easier and the flatter too. So you have to notice the general idea of the pose, the stance of the character you want to draw after you study the mess as a whole. After that, you'll have to control the lines, draw the layouts as you have seen watching now. My layouts are helping me for a lot to understand where I am starting and where I'm ending my lines. So consider those carefully. That you have to understand carefully the mass of the body. Understand the mass of the body. There are more important principles you have to consider while drawing any drawing. It's the balance of the image. You have to control the flow of the eye. The viewer or the watcher are going to see it. If you're drawing a comic page or a manga page, you have to control the page flow to make the reader eyes go from left to right, up to down. You must have this talent. You must have this skill. Sorry, this skill helps a lot. Helps writers, helps editors, and always gives the idea what to do or how to go. And the proportions, of course. If you're not going to draw a very well anatomy or proportions, nice movement, dynamic ones, slick ones, good ones, it's not going to be good at all. You're not going moving forward, or you're not going to achieve anything. You're just mimicking other artists, and it's gonna be boring for some stuff, and it's not the main goal you wanna do. So you have to understand carefully the anatomy. I'm already made a couple of videos I'll be uploading in a couple of days for next Wednesday video. You should have more variety from drawing vehicles, aliens, humans, weapons, buildings, girls, young ones, old ones, childs. You should have drawn it all, because you don't know what's gonna be asked out of you if you are going to draw an alien with 3 legs. Maybe you don't know how can you make this alien with 3 legs make a good movement. So you must have a variety in your works, your thinking also, and helping this, you creating your own thoughts about variety. Other things you can watch in my previous videos about how can you think out of the box. And the movement. If I'm going to mention the proportions and dynamics, of course I'm going to mention the movements. I'm not going to draw stiff figures, not going anywhere. Like the one I'm drawing right now is a pinup, so it doesn't consider these rules on him, because it's like stands to fight or standing to punch someone or anything like that. Right, you must understand carefully that the rhythm is how can you make those 3 major shapes. I already told about the head and the chest and the hips. For this piece to be more dynamic, be more realistic, be more comic, epic, and other stuff like this. Rhythm changes from piece of art to another. About drawing still life, rhythm is how you are going to change a camera, how you are going to zoom in or zoom out, or sit close to the still life, or sit away, or further away, or below or up. If I'm going to draw 3, rhythm changes from drawing a piece of art from another. So, as the case I'm doing right now, I'm drawing Zetman. Zetman is to me, is an alien with demonic powers. I see him like this. I remember reading a couple of manga about him fighting strange creatures like bugs or something like that. And I like the designs of Alpha too. So it reminds me of a Redeemer from Spawn. So if I'm considering the Z-Man is Spawn, so Alpha is Redeemer, the angel that fights Spawn. So after the rhythm, we're going to talk about harmony. Harmony is how you are going to make your character flow with background or foreground, props around him and other stuff like that around him. So must consider this too. You're going to understand carefully those 6 points I talked about: the balance, the proportions, the variety, the movement, the rhythm, and the harmony. Try to master to control those. The very major thing I'm going to talk about right now, I'm gonna make a video about it soon or later. It's rhythm of the movement of those 3 shapes. Actually, I think of them, the head, the chest, and the hip, as 3 circles. For the female, it's small for the head, medium for the chest, and large for the hip. If you're drawing a male, it's going to be small for the head, large for the chest, and medium for the hips. As you're seeing now, I have movement. I move from stage, from layout to rendering. I mentioned before in how can draw a comic page. It's a long video. You can find it here on my channel. I'm going to make a link for it at the end of this video, and you can find it in the description. How you can make a render. Render is about 2 parts. The first part is how you can add details. You can't add details without understanding how you can make a fine structure of a building or something, or anything you're going to draw. So when I've been talking to Alvin Lee, the artist. He's working on League of Legends now, a couple of years ago, and he told me, you add too much details. You shouldn't do this. You should understand carefully how you can draw first a fine structure, a complete structure. After that, you can add details as you like. You can, an engineer can't add electricity or power or decoration to a building without building it good, or building it according to the balance, or the building is going to fall. This is what he told me. So you have to understand very well how you can do this, how you can add the details. As for the light and shadow, the first part of the rendering I told about is the details, and the second part is light and shadow. Light and shadow helps you a lot, helps the reader, helps the viewer of your art to understand carefully the shapes. As you've seen right now, I'm drawing the main major lines, adding a couple of details inside them. After I consider this is the final look of the shape or the mass I'll be drawing, I'm moving to the shades. Look at this hand I'm drawing right now. I'm adding the details of the hand on the layouts. After I am drawing these details, I start to make smaller inner details, and smaller ones, then I move to the shading. This is what you are going to do. You can't shade a part without making the details first, the smaller ones and the bigger ones. I'm telling it backwards right now, so don't care about what I'm saying right now. So for that design of this Zetman I'm drawing, I actually love the design so much. It's a mix between the far east and the far west. It's the mix between the comics and manga, cartoon and anime. As you can see, the shading that Masakazu is doing at his manga It's like he's drawing a comic while he's drawing a manga. I enjoy this. Like one of the other artists I enjoy his work so much is Boichi. I like Sunken Rock, and my favorite is Wallman. I'm going to draw Wallman sooner or later because I'm crazy about this character, the old one with the muscles and crazy, reckless fun. It always jumps from here to there saying, I'm reckless, I'm reckless, I'm reckless, bang, bang, bang. So, I'll be drawing this one sooner or later, as I said. Right now, you should understand carefully the masses of the body. Try to draw uh, a layout uh, for those. Um, Correct those layouts if you don't find them appealing to your taste or other artists. I don't mind if you want to ask me or send me on the social media links or post a link to your work here down here at the comment section. I don't mind this at all. So, uh, this after you have made this part, you're going to move to the adding the penciling lines part. I already say that, and sooner or later you're gonna make your art piece gonna rock. You should believe in yourself. Here's we are first day of Jan. You must understand that I'm telling must understand so much. Damn this. you, you should start with a little begins the process. A little begins the process. So start achieving your dreams a little by little. You are not going anywhere if you're just dreaming and not doing anything according to your dream. It will be always a dream. Or if you are trying hard each day to reach your dream, you will live it someday. Thank God I'm living it right now. I'm full-time artist, full-time freelancer. I like my job. It's adventurous, and I have been living this dream or I've been dreaming about this life since maybe 2003 or 2004, 223 maybe, or something like this. Right now I'm living it to the core. So you must understand that. Hey damn, I said it again. um, I'm finishing the legs. This is the part I didn't understand. Wearing slippers or wearing boots, alien buggy boots. Looking forward to listen your thoughts about this character, guys. And my next video is about how you can make a face with basic three lines: the curved line, straight line, and the circle maybe, or something like that. I made a video already, so I can't recall those three lines, but you're going to watch it. It's very helpful. If someone's gonna tell you that you don't know to draw, you're not going to understand. It's wrong. If you want to draw, you will be drawing. If you don't want to draw, you won't be drawing. It's very simple. Life is too simple. You're not going to study each day to be a doctor and you're going suddenly to be a mechanic. It's not going to happen in this universe. Believe me. So, many thanks for watching. See you later, guys.